Hey everyone. A couple weeks ago, you remember I had a video because being like, oh no, I'm sick. And, I got better. But like I had a lingering cough and it got really bad and now I have like a sinus infection or something, so I'm on antibiotics and I still don't feel great with my voice at all. So we're taking it easy today. It's been a rough few days, but yeah, we're just gonna hang out here and do what I always do when I'm having a rough few days, and that's make a video where I just crack some packs. So yeah, these are largely like draft winnings and stuff. It's actually a large variety today. Because I used to do this thing where I was like, oh, saving like a few of any given set and like keeping a few left over in case I wanted to like put together like a chaos draft or something. But now that I have a cube, I'd rather just draft that, honestly, so I don't need to have draft materials available in pack form. So we're gonna crack them here. We have some Guilds of Ravnica from opening weekend like drafts and stuff, but I only made it to one. I haven't drafted since then in paper. I got actually a fair bunch of Unstable from like my box that I got last year, and I got just some random other stuff, some Dominaria, Rivals of Ixalan M19, Hour to Station, Battle, I even got a Battle for Zendikar, so yeah, so let's crack into this. So what should we start with? Let's start with the fun stuff. Let's start with Unstable. And I'll do kind of like more of a classic kind of like, oh, what would be my pack one, pick one, and these, and yeah, so we got Unstable. Alrighty. Well, first off, we have the absolutely gorgeous lands. Like, the Unstable lands, I use them in my 4-color humans deck, but oh man, they're just so beautiful. Also most of the value of the pack, but oh, that's a good mountain. Also the foil token, we got a foil Thopter, which is a real cool one. I like the foil tokens. I think they're a cool thing to collect, and I hope they do more of them. Like, I had the one at the Eldritch Moon pre-release, but they didn't do, they didn't continue that trend, so who knows. Alright, next up I got a Wall of Fortune. I wasn't a big fan. I drafted Unstable a lot. I loved Unstable. I went to every draft I could. It was such a good draft set. But I wasn't huge on the dice rolling deck. I just felt that both Host Augment and Contraptions were just so much stronger. Ground Pounder, didn't make that. Oh, here's the first one I would consider taking, which is Just Desserts. It's 2 and red for an instant that deals pi damage to target creature. I mean, it doesn't go face, but like it's just a decent removal, especially in this format. Big Boa Constrictor, that's a fine host if you need hosts, but not really what I'm looking for. No Maid Engine. I actually became very impressed with No Main Engine. It's a 4-mana host that whenever it's battlefield, make a 1/1 gnome, and then obviously with whatever augment you give it, like it can actually pump out a fair few gnomes. And yeah, I didn't mind that one. In that space, it's a 4-mana 2/2 creatures, but also as a pick one, like it's such a low risk of taking. We got Knight of the Kitchen Sink, which is white for a 2/2 with first strike and protection from odd collector numbers. I mean, in draft, a 2/2 first strike for 2 isn't bad, but double white is pretty demanding, and there really wasn't that much of like a pure like white weenie beatdown deck where this was a fine creature, but it wasn't amazing by any means. Midlife upgrade. It is 3 and a white for sorcery. Essential cost to cast it, sacrifice X contraptions, and then you assemble X+1 contraptions. So it could be just 4 mana, assemble a contraption, or you can recycle other contraptions you don't have. It's mostly, the thing is that most decks that would want this would be running a lot of contraptions, but you really only want that if you want it to have, like, it's better to have fewer. Like, I found, like, you just didn't run tons of contraptions, you just cut to the ones that you wanted and limited and stuff. And yeah, if you were the contraptions deck and a lot of assemblers, you would run a lot more, more contraptions, just so you would never run out of them for your assemblers. But this assembler it caused you to run out of them just as fast. So I wasn't huge on midlife upgrade. Knight of the Widget. It's a 3 mana Star Vigilance that gets powered up as equal to the number of order of Widget watermarks. It was definitely a build around card, but it's not really, like, it turned out to be a solid creature, but not terrible. A rare would be the card that we would take, and that's Earl of Squirrel. It's a 6 mana 4/4 with Squirrel Link, so whenever it deals damage, it creates that many squirrel tokens. And it makes all your other creature tokens also squirrels, and it gives other squirrels I control +1/+1. So essentially, it makes a bunch of 2/2s whenever it deals combat damage to anyone, and it spits them out. But if it dies, it becomes a 1/1. But it's just such value. And then for our 2 contraptions, we had Jamming Device, which we have, which whenever you crank it, it gave target creature a -1/-1. Or no, all creatures your opponent, like target player control, -1/-1, which was, honestly, this was one of the better contraptions, but it's not, the Earl of Squirrel power level is just so high. Although I think this might be the next best pick. We also have Applied Aeronautics, which gives target creature +1/+0 and gains flying and becomes an artifact, but that isn't super relevant. But yeah, no, Earl of Squirrel, 100% all the way. Gotta respect the Earl. Alright, so next pack. I was really happy I don't have an Earl of Squirrels yet, and I want it from a cube. Because it's essentially a token lord, which is cool with some other cool things, so. We got Squirrel Dealer, which was a very good card if you could reliably trigger it. Adorable Kitten. I actually really liked this as a host creature, because, like, Adorable Kitten, like, it's 1 mana host, which isn't bad, and having cheap hosts just put augments on if you're in that host augment deck was really nice. And rolling a 6-sided dice, you gain life as a result, so it also, anything that you have instant dice rolling, it procs that. And really, this can just gain a lot of life over time, and I rather liked it. Although here we have Magic Word, which is just unconditional removal. It's a 3 mana kind of like sleep effect, where it enchants creature. When it enters battlefield, choose a word, and you can say that word to, you can whisper that word to tap that creature. So essentially, as long as you don't rush through your steps and you say the word, you can keep a creature perpetually tapped down. Subcontract, not huge. Bumbling Pangolin, which was just the 4 mana 2/2 that ETB destroys an artifact. Honestly, surprisingly, very powerful and unstable. Even main deck, like, even if it just comes down, it's usually at least like 2 for 1 itself, because you get a 2/2 and you destroy often a relevant creature. But yeah, but not as good as Magic Word. Next we have Go to Jail, which is removal, but not as good removal, but still good. Voracious Vacuum, which I did enjoy. Stamp Rule, first pick. Ooh, Steam Powered. I did like Steam Powered as one of the high-end augment creatures, because Unstable was a very grindy format, and this just allowed you to pay 5 to get whatever effect it had, and just with how grindy and kind of the matches ended up, just it was real solid. But still on my magic word. We have a foil riveting riveter, which is a 3-mana 2/2. But when there's battlefield, you can sacrifice another artifact, and if you do, it assembles a contraption and has a +1/+1 counter. This was a really good card in the contraption stacks because it came down. You get to sacrifice like a gnome or whatever random thing, or another contraption on like a worst case scenario. But otherwise, it's a 3/3 for 3. That's an artifact creature which is relevant, and it gives you a dragon contraption. It's real nice. You need the artifacts to make it work, but it was very nice. Okay, then we have Ineffable Blessing. This is one that has different text depending on which one it is. This is 1 and a green for an enchantment. When it enters the battlefield, choose an artist. Whenever a creature with art by the chosen artist enters the battlefield, draw a card. I like this one. Like, it's a build around card for Artist Tribal, and for my cube I'm actually considering putting together a story, because was it Unglued? No, it was Unhinged that had a lot of the Artists Matter cards, and this actually could go really well into that Artists Matter tale for the cube. One got nice of the best basic land. It's real great. That said, if I was picking this, I'm not really an Ineffable Blessing. It's like one of those things where it's like, yeah, will probably cycle itself because you just name whatever your next play is going to be, but you spent 2 mana to just cycle a card and required casting something else, and sometimes you might get some incidental value, like if you happen to have like more of the same things, but not really into that. But best basic land, nice forest. I like all the fog in it. It's really nice. Lackey Recycler for one of her contraptions puts a creature card from your graveyard on top of your library. So it blanks your next draw, and you don't get it till the turn after. No, it doesn't, because this happens to your upkeep, so you can draw it immediately. And you know what? I didn't mind this. Like, just basic recursion is always nice. And Top Secret Tunnel, I actually really liked. Whenever you crank it, your creature can't be blocked. Like I said, it was a very grindy format, and board stalls actually weren't uncommon. And just having something like this just make your big guy unblockable, or your big like host augment creature unblockable, or if you piled that up with like other like inflation stations and quick cyclic tricks, to have like your big guy that you want that's been buffed up by other contraptions to be able to get in. And then a spirit. Ooh, fancy spirit. Alright, but I think the pick on that pack is definitely Magic Word. It's just such good removal. I miss Unstable. I want to draft it again as I open up all my packs of it, but I only had 6 packs, which wasn't enough for a draft, and like, yeah, I could do like a Winston draft, but it's not the same. Alrighty. First up, we have a Magic Words that's already at the top of our list. It's just a good one. Joyride Rigger. I didn't mind it. I didn't love the green contraption stacks. I preferred to more be in like blue-white, or was kind of like my favorite iteration of the contraption stack. But they did a good job of making every color have like its own take on each of the mechanics. So it added just a lot of variety. So you were kind of like in your color pair as well as in your mechanic for those pairs. Steady-handed Mook. This was a 3-mana 1/1 Death Touch that assembled a contraption, and I just like that. I like Death Touchers, and the fact that he just comes in and gets a bunch of value was real nice. I love this card. It's Goblin Haberdasher, which is, it was a 3-mana 2/2 with Menace, and other creatures wearing hats in their art have Menace, which I think is great. And okay, so our are half orc, half blank. This is one of the better host, but honestly one of the best host creatures that isn't like a rare, not sorry, augments. For just one red, it gives it +3/+1 trample, and its trigger for whatever its ability if an opponent was dealt damage this turn. It gets in really easily. It makes just a huge beater, and oftentimes, like, if you have the right setup, like, getting opponent damage is not too difficult. I still would take Magic Word over it. In which this video, Lily makes tons of cuts for her coughing fits that she goes to because she's sick and has a lingering, like, really disgusting cough. So our rare is the Big Idea, which is actually a commander I don't have yet and will be great in my cube. He is a 6-mana 4/4 Brainiac villain. You may pay 2 Rakdos, so black-red or black-red, and tap him to roll a 6-sided die, and create that many 1/1 Brainiacs. And you can tap 3 Brainiacs to you control for the next time you'd roll a 6-sided die, and instead roll 2 6-sided dies instead to use the total results. That's one of the reasons I didn't like the dice rolling deck, is that it was so reliant on getting good rare payoffs. This is one of those good rare payoffs. It just does so much. And like, you put in like a Chittering Doom. Is that? No, not Chittering Doom. Squirrel Power Scheme with this guy, which that one increases all of your dice rolls by 2. It just gets out of control how many Brainiacs you're pumping out, and it just spirals out of control. It's a very Krinko kind of like feel, with like a dice rolling theme part to it. But yeah, no, I'd probably take the Big Idea in this pack. Wait, no, we still have contraptions, but I'd probably take the Big Idea. We have now the second best land. It's an island. Very nice. We have Lackey Recycler, which was fine, like I talked about last time. Dictation Quillograph, it essentially gives the target creature, whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you can loot. I wasn't huge on this. Like, honestly, with the amount of effort this is, I'd rather, like, just drew a card straight out, but eh. And Foil Zombie. Ooh. But yeah, no, I'd definitely take the Big Idea. Actually getting a fair amount of stuff that I won't actually add to the cube, which is nice, and stuff I don't have to pick up. Even though most things in Unstable are very cheap. Besides lands. Right, Mother Kangaroo, Riveting Rigor. Just desserts, Big Boa Constrictor. That's more. Steady Hand Mook, which I don't mind. Although Mother Kangaroo is a fine, like, host, creature. Just Desserts is up there. Amateur Orator. Half Squirrel. Oh, this is one of the best, I think. Okay, I keep saying it's one of the best, but another really good augment card in one of the rings, which is Half Squirrel, Half Blank. Whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield, it augments for 1 green. It actually reduces the power, but the fact that another creature entering the battlefield is so easy, it's also not on your side. It just lets you repeat a lot of these powerful host effects over and over again, and just gives you such a good value engine. Alright, so our rare is Jack Knight, which is 1 and a white. Whenever another artifact enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on Jack Knight. If that artifact is a contraption, Jack Knight gets lifelink till end of turn. This is such a beating. Like, it gets built up very quickly. Gets lots of +1/+1 counters on it, and like, it's with the amount of artifacts in the set, and if you build towards that contraption stack, note that also if like you're in white, a lot of the contraption assemblers are also artifacts themselves. That this guy just gets big, starts doing huge life swings, and you get a big dummy that you want to have for contraptions anyway. Jack Knight is just A+, very good. We do have a Knight of the Kitchen Sink, a foil Knight of the Kitchen Sink. This is a white for 2/2 with first strike and protection from black borders. Obviously not good in draft, because everything's could be silver border. But I think this might make the cut for my Knights, Tales and Sagas, because I mean it's a 2/2 first strike with literally protection from almost everything in that set, so in the cube. Like, there's some silver border stuff, but it's kind of a 2/2 for 2 protection from everything. Which, I don't know how good that is, but, you know, it'll make the cut. We got another of the best land, another basic forest. We got a dual doom suits, which is a rare contraption. Whenever you crank it, each time a source would deal damage this turn, or source you control, it deals double that damage instead, which is real nice. There's also Neural Network. Whenever you crank Neural Network, gain control of target creature and opponent controls with power less or equal to the number of creature cards in its controller's graveyard till end of turn. And it's essentially a threaten effect on a contraption, which is fine. Like, dual doom suits is very good, and it might lure me into that, but Jack Knight is just so good and just can grow out of control, and it's real nice and a real reason to be in that like white blue like Order of the Widget deck. 2 more unstable packs to go. A Numbing Octopus, really epic punch. This is just real good removal. Humming. I like Humming a lot. Defective Detective, Dirty Rat, Work Double, Hazmat Suit Used, Sneak Dispatcher, Steam Floggery, Ninja. Okay. Our rare is, okay, while really Epic Punch is a good removal spell, our rare is Serpentine, which is essentially, it's an augment for 2 green and gives +3/+3. So, I mean, yeah, it's fine. But its effect, its augment effect, is whenever a land enters the battlefield. So it turns whatever effect you have into land. Some of them are like fine, like Voracious Vacuum. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature, or even something like Adorable Kitten, where it just becomes like every time landfall, roll 1d6, gain that much life. That's a lot of value. Just having these creatures that can like repeat these busted effects, like in this pack there's also Dirty Rat, which is, it's a burglar rat, but it's 1 and a black for 1/1, target opponent discards a card. But all of a sudden it's landfall, target opponent discards a card, and that's just so good. Island. A Dog Snail Engine. Whenever you crank it, target player gains life equal to the greatest power among creatures you control. I wasn't huge on Dog Snail Engine. It was fine. Division Table. Whenever you crank it, target player loses 2 life. This is one of those contraptions that was just fine. Like, if you were in the contraptions deck and you just wanted to fill out your contraptions deck more, you could do worse. And we got a foil gold dragon. Ooh. I love this token so much. It has like the text box for gold dragon from like the monster manual in the background. Tea. Tonight I'm drinking an apple spice. Alright, last unstable pack. Squirrel Tailor, Shaggy Camel. Hey look, it's a magic word. I wonder what we're gonna take. It'll be a lot to take me off of magic word. It's one of the best removal spells in the set. Wild Crocodile, Paniac, Sacrifice Blade, Dirty Rat, Voracious Vacuum, Entirely Normal Armchair. I don't know, it was fine. Okay. This card, Skull Saucer. It's very good. It's 4 black for 4/1 flyer. Then when enters battlefield, destroy target creature. and put your head on the table. Sacrifice skull saucer if your head stops touching the table. The first unstable draft I did, I drafted 5 of these. My head hurt so bad by the end of the draft, but I crushed it. Was it worth it? Probably not. I probably lost a lot of brain cells that day, but I crushed it. My head hurt so much. It's an uncommon too. I don't know how I got 5 of them. I just sat down and put my head on the table. I'm just feeling like, I'm gonna be here. It's also surprisingly hard to evaluate a board state when your head's on the table, but who needs to evaluate it? I have my aerial swarm of 4/1 flyers, and all your guys are dead. So Skull Saucer actually takes place over Magic Word for me. It would depend on how I'm feeling that day. If it was today where I'm not feeling great, I probably wouldn't, but if I was feeling fine, like in my normal, yeah, Skull Saucer. Another half orc, half blank, and the Grand Calcutron. It's blue and white for Legendary Artifact. When it enters the battlefield, each player's hand becomes a program, an ordered row of revealed cards. Players can only play the first card of their program. If a card be placed in a player's hand from anywhere, that player reveals it and places it anywhere within his or her program instead. At the beginning of each player's end step, if that player's program has fewer than 5 cards, they draw cards equal to the difference. I don't think that's a good card because it's, I guess, a magical effect that's hard to abuse in Limited, but it's really cool and fun. And our 2 contraptions are not great. Got a mountain now. Ooh. I think, yeah, no. Magic Word if I wasn't feeling good that day. Skull Saucer if I didn't. Alright, on to a few Guilds of Ravnica packs. I'm not sure how I feel about this format yet. It's a little bit too aggressive for my taste. Alright. Barging Sergeant, 10th District Guard, Disdainful Stroke. I do like myself a Disdainful Stroke. Torch Carrier, Berry of Bones, Diffican, Rosemain Centaur, Garrison Sergeant. Okay, Deadly Visit, that's up to the top. It's just such a good, it's unconditional removal, and all that. Oh, nope. We got Elite Guild Mage, which I do like, but not really huge on it. It's like not over the next card, which is Price of Fame. It's just so good. It's 3 and a black for an instant. It costs 2 less if it targets a legendary creature. Destroy target creature, surveil 2. It's cheaper Deadly Visit, less mana intensive, it costs less if it happens to be a legendary creature, and instant speed. Okay, so we got Rampaging Monument, which is just a fine card. It's a 4 mana, essentially 3/3 trample, that whenever you cast a multicolor spell, put a +1/+1 counter on it. But then our rare is Vraska, Golgari Queen. Okay. I'll be honest, I don't think Vraska is very good in Limited. I think if I was, okay, because she's 2 black-green for a 4 mana Planeswalker. I mean, she's not bad, but she's not amazing. Because also she's in Golgari, and you don't want to be playing Golgari. Like, I might pick her and like then go Selesnya, but because the +2 is you can sacrifice another permanent. If you do, gain 1 life and draw a card. Golgari isn't making enough tokens and stuff to get good value out of that. Just -3, destroy target non-land permanent with converted mana cost 3 or less. That's fine, but I prefer Price of Fame. And then 9, the ultimate isn't super relevant. If I was playing to win, I'd probably take Price of Fame. Granted, that said, I am heavily signaling in black, so like that is less than ideal. If I was actually, you know what, I might even consider taking Elite Guild Mage, just because there's no way for me to not heavily signal black Actually, no. I think in the same, because there is both Deadly Visit, Price of Fame, I'm cycling so heavily black. I'd probably take Vraska and then hope to, like, just build a Abzan's Levsnia deck, to, like, take advantage of her. Like, if I was strictly playing to win, I think there's an argument for just kind of going over Price of Fame, but I gotta take Vraska. It has Mockley's art, it's beautiful, and she's hot. Yeah. Ooh, Vraska. Next pack. Okay, Lockstone Restorer, Wishcoin Grab, Sure Strike, Righteous Blow, Child of Night. I actually don't hate Righteous Blow in this set. Obviously you gotta sideboard out. It's just 1 white for deals 2 damage to target creature, attacking a blocking creature. Wait, no, we got a better one. We got a Deadweight. That's just such a good card. The Dev can't... Nope, keep getting better. We got a Conclave Tribunal. Just gonna keep upgrading our removal spells. Conclave Tribunal. We do have a Thoughtbound Phantasm, which I do like as a card. We also have Blood Operative, which is a real cool Surveil card. But just the raw power of Conclave Tribunal makes me want Conclave Tribunal more. Also, does a Selesnya Watermark, which means it's automatically amazing. So yeah, like, Blood Operative is very good. But, you know, I like Conclave Tribunal a lot. It's just so good. It's just good removal. And, Blood Operative is good, but it's not exactly, like, bomb tier. Alright, Righteous Blow again, Leapfrog, which I really don't like. Never happened. Blade Instructor. Ooh, Command the Storm. Nope, Capture Sphere. Capture Sphere goes to the top. Very good. It's a 4-mana blue card with flash, and it's the standard kind of, like, it taps it and then it stays tapped. Nagel Raid. We also have a Justice Strike, which I think is a good card, but I'd rather take the monocolor card that's just also unconditional. Like, that's, like, Justice Strike is good, but, I mean, it's not unconditional. Rock Charger, Thought Erasure. Oh, okay, this I think I might take over it, which is Response and Resurgence, which is one of the rare Boros card. You can pay Boros to deal 5 damage to target attacking or blocking creature. That kills anything, like almost anything that kills. But Resurgence is 3 black, white. Creatures control get first strike, vigilance, and you get an additional combat phase. And honestly, both those things are just exactly what you want in the Boros deck. And I'd probably take that and move that and, like, be happy with it. Response, yeah, what a good one. Okay, we're off into random packs now. So, got a pack of Battle for Zendikar. I cannot comment on this draft format very much. It was before my time. I didn't really start playing until end both of the Gatewatch and Shadows of Innistrad. I didn't even draft go to the Gatewatch ever, so... Alright, Incubator Drone. I actually have to redo what these cards do. Angelic Gift, Lava Step Rider, Bone Splinters, Brutalord, Mortuary Mire, Tightening Coils, Looming Spire, Grave Birthing, Grove Tender Druids, Fuse of the Elements, Malakir Familiar. Rare is Barrage Tyrant. Which you can pay 5, or it's 5 mana, 5/3. You can pay 3 and sacrifice another colorless creature and deals. I don't know anything about this format. I don't know what's good. Malakir Familiar doesn't actually seem bad. It's a 3-mana 2/1 flying of Death Touch that gets +1/+1 every game life. And I do like life gain. I also do like forcing life gain. So I actually don't mind Malakir Familiar. It just seems like good value with knowing nothing about the format. It's just an efficient flyer that grows bigger. It's a Death Toucher if you need to hold back for defense, and that just seems fine. Alright, we got some Battle Bond here. Yeah, these Battle Bond parts were really weird to open. Oh yeah, and they feel weird. Zombie. I really loved the lands for Battle Bond. I think they're real cool. Alrighty, so we open up with Thrilling Encore, which is a 5-mana instant. Put onto the battlefield under your control all creature cards and all graveyards that were put there from the battlefield this turn. Honestly, like, it's a really cool, like, situational card, and I like it, but, I don't actually know how good it is in limited. Like, obviously the idea is, like, oh, I put in, like, a huge, like, Alpha Strike and a bunch of things die, and they're like, oh, look, I get everything back now. But, I don't know. Our next card is, Dinrova Horror, which is just a good card. Yeah, Scourge of whatchamacallit, Masters 2017, Modern Masters 2017, like, limited. It's like four black, blue black. Like, it is a gold card, you are starting with a gold card, but it's such a good gold card. When you're in battlefield, return to opponent's permanent to its owner's hand, then that player discards a card. Damn. And then we have an Assassin Strike, 4 black, destroy target creature, its controller draws a card. Also real solid. Then we have a Beast Within. Commander All-Star, I don't think is that good in limited. It's just fine. Rock Feaster Maggot, Augur Spree, another good removal spell. Magma Helion, Pathmaker Initiate, Return to Earth, Coral Helm Guide, Daggerbat Basilisk. Alrighty, so I think Dinrova Horror is really good, but it isn't. I think taking gold card isn't as good as taking just Assassin Strike, which is 6 mana, destroy target creature. Its controller discards card. Like, Dinrova Horror is good, but what made it really good in Masters 2017 was it was a common, and you could just start chaining Dinrova Horrors, and it was so dumb. That was a good draft format. Next up we got some Core 19. Oh yeah. I actually didn't mind this format. I enjoyed Core 19. Okay, Sure Strike, Revitalize, Uncomfortable Chill, Plummet, Two-Headed Giant, Via Shield Pyromancer. I mean, that's just a solid creature. Rabid Bite. Okay, that's good because removals just was actually kind of sparse in the set. Stitcher Supplier, Knightly Valor, Regal Bloodlord. Regal Bloodlord was solid. Oh no, today is just luck day. Ajani, Adversary of Tyrants. 4 mana, 4 loyalty planeswalker. +1 is put +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures. -2, return target creature card with converted mana cost 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. And the ultimate isn't relevant, but you make a bunch of cats. Ajani is like pack 1, pick 1. You can build around him to like make sure you get those low drops to just have a real low to the ground aggressive deck. And otherwise just like be on the pump out counters is so powerful. Ajani. Ooh. Ajani and Vraska. Oh, this has been a good one. Okay. Got Hour of Devastation. Come on, Nicobolas. Alrighty. Tragic Lesson. Sandblast. Kindled Fury. Harrier Naga. Okay, Sandblast was just real solid. I mean, it was removal, but Harrier Naga was also a 3/3 for 3. Catcher's Avengers, Chichu Planers, Reckoning, Jace's Defeat, Claimed Fame, Doom Diviner. Your rare is Hour of Promise, which was it ramps you, and if you have enough deserts, it also gives you zombies. Yeah, nothing else really stands out to me in this pack, like, that I'd probably just take, it's boring, but I'd probably just take Sandblast or Harrier Naga, like, removal, or just a solid 3/3 for 3. I mean, Hour of Promise, actually, at Hour of Promise, I think I actually might take Hour of Promise, because early on you can prioritize getting the deserts, and then the fact that it ramps you a fair amount and comes with zombies, and if you're grabbing things like FNR Deadlands or other cards like that, it just helps a fair bit. So, no, I like Hour of Promise, but I think it's within the realm of reason to be boring and also take a 3/3 for 3. We got Rivals of Ixalan. Alright, Brazen Freebooter, Sun Sentinel, Mistcloak Herald, Dusk Legion Solid, that's a card I like. Hunt the Weak, Dinosaur Hunter, Kitesail Corsair, Bombard, I definitely like Bombard, that goes to the front. I've got a Merfolk Mistbinder, but I don't want to commit to Merfolk that quickly. Okay, nope, we got a Needletooth Raptor. It kind of sucks that we also are passing a Reckless Rage and a Bombard, but Needletooth Raptor is just dumb. It's just so dumb. And a rare is Wayward Swordtooth, which I actually think is money, so I might take it for money, but it is unfortunate we're like passing 3 really good like red removal, like we have open 3 like real solid red removal spells, but yeah, no, it's just like Needletooth Raptor is such upside. Like if you're able to pick up a Forerunner, the Empire, like that's just an auto, like essentially game win combo, and just so good. Yeah, no, I'd probably take Needletooth Raptor. It's our last pack of the night. We got a nice pack of Dominaria. Let's hope that our Planeswalker luck continues, and I open it to Fairy. I take a Karn too. Okay, first we got Vinilish on our card. Syncopate. I like a Syncopate. That goes to front. Gitu Chronicler, Adventurous Impulse, Helden Raider, Messy Unicorn, Fungal Infection. Oh, Fight with Fire. You've moved a bit higher. Song of Freyleys. I do like that, but I think Fight with Fire is better. Memorial to War is terrible. Fervent Strike. And you know what? I think we did it. I think we couldn't have gotten further from Teferi. We have Zahid, Djinn of the Lamp, who's actually not bad and limited if you can like get him out. Like he's a solid thing, but yeah. I think here I'm just taking Fight with Fire, because Fight with Fire is just so good. It's 2 in a red with kicker for 5 in a red, so you can pay 9 mana to kick it, which it was possible to get to that point with like if you invested into a little bit into ramp and stuff. But it was 3 mana, deal 5 damage to any creature. That's solid. But if it's kicked, you'll deal 10 damage however you want to divide it. And they're not just creatures either. So either when you kick it, like, yeah, it's a lot of mana. But since A, it was impossible, if you got like the Grow from the Ashes and other things like that, to ramp you out to that point. But the fact that it's either you just do 10 damage to your opponent and you win the game, because you just were able to burn them out for 10, or if they're above 10 life, you just essentially just clear their board of all their stuff, because 10 damage kills a lot of stuff. It's just such a good card in both modes, where it's kind of like, yeah, I'm just happy with it on the main mode, but if you have that ramp deck and you prioritize that ramp deck, it's a bomb. But yeah. Well, thanks for hanging out with me and doing some of this while I'm still recovering. I should be better in a few days once the course of antibiotics starts going better. But yeah, thanks for trying to help give me an excuse to open a bunch of packs so I feel better. Opened, well, 2 planeswalkers. That's cool. And actually a bunch of new stuff I want for my cube, so I'm really happy with this. Yeah, well, I hope you have a wonderful night. I hope you're all doing better than I am, and may our stories smile upon you.